What are you asking me anyways? I had to prepare my questions.
Oh, no, I don't want you to be prepared.
You don't?
No.
Oh, God.
Then it's more organic.
Yeah, but I don't know what the answer is going to be okay.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my mom. She's an interior designer. She's been designing houses for over 30 years now. And today I'm going to ask her what she thinks of some of the most popular 2025 home design trends. Okay, so this article is from Vogue. It says, interior design trends to know in 2025 and what's on its way out. So the first thing they say is drapery. Do you think that that's coming in?
It's trending out, especially Myrtle Beach. People in Myrtle Beach, they don't really do window treatments. It's like another layer you don't need. For the South, it's mostly shutters because you can manipulate them open and close, or you can have them halfway open. They do block a lot of the light out. So it's rare when I do curtains or window treatments or anything custom like that here. Sometimes I layer with the shutters. I'll do like side panels that don't need to move. They're not movable.
So you disagree that drapery is coming back in, at least in Myrtle Beach?
At least in Myrtle Beach, it's not coming back in. No.
Number 2, Art Deco.
What about it?
It says that we've seen it make a comeback through lacquer and furniture silhouettes. But I think more designers will be paying attention to the layouts from the design era, along with deco patterns and motifs.
I do see deco motifs happening. I think people are getting more transitional and going away from the traditional. And light fixtures, I do see Art Deco light fixtures that are really interesting and cool. So yeah, I could see that trend coming.
Number 3, brown furniture.
Brown furniture, it depends on what you mean about brown furniture. Definitely the grays are kind of on the way out. People are going towards more organic, natural fibers. So light browns, natural colors are in, natural stains are in, lighter versions of that. I don't see darker here because Myrtle Beach is very light and beachy, so we kind of like the beechwood look.
Yeah. The next one that they say is trending is velvet. Velvets in all forms, cotton, linen, and cut velvet with patterns, have become the go-to texture, replacing the soft buccal of previous years.
Velvet is very, very durable. They use that a lot in commercial spaces, on upholstery or counter stools. It's like very durable, but velvet is also a heavier material. So in Myrtle Beach, you don't see that much because we're tending to lean towards cottons and linens that are softer. But in other parts of the country, I could see where velvet would be very popular.
Next is flame stitch, but I don't even really know what that means. It says contemporary versions of the 17th century flame stitch pattern are red hot and finding their way into rugs, wallpapers, and fabrics.
I would say that is very true. Flame stitch is really popular right now. You'll see it in rugs, in the pattern. You can even see it in like floorboards. They'll zigzag the patterns. Like they'll do different motifs with that pattern. You see that on upholstery a lot. So even on like barn board wood, you'll see that happening.
The next one is jewel tones, especially yellow.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate because yellow is the hardest color to decorate around. There's so many different types of yellow, and whenever I choose yellow for a client, I always tell them to choose up like 2 shades lighter because when you look at yellow, it comes out very bright on your walls. And so yellow would not be a color I would want to choose, but if my client wanted a yellow room or something with yellow in it, I would just caution her to just choose, you know, a little bit lighter version of yellow and it'll come out the way she's planned. But yeah, jewel tones though, I mean, jewel tones are making a comeback. I mean, very strong colors like green was a big color at market in October. I'll be going in April, so I'm not sure what the new color will be this spring.
Wasn't my nursery yellow?
Yeah, you did have your nursery yellow and green and pastel colors. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're going to be a boy or a girl, but I did it kind of like light colors. Yeah, pastels.
Okay. This next trend doesn't totally make a lot of sense to me. It says shambalism. We describe our own house as a shambolic, and I'm making up a word for this trend, shambalism. For me, it's about embracing sensuous chaos, the beauty that emerges when things aren't perfectly resolved. It's the crack in the glaze, the unexpected overlap of materials, the way something imperfect feels alive and visceral.
I haven't heard that phrase, but it reminds me of shabby chic, where people want something that looks like it's aged over time. And yeah, something imperfect is more interesting, right? Because everything's so perfect, it's like doesn't have any story behind it.
Yeah.
So when something's like a little distressed or it has a chip out of it, there's like a story to tell. And I think people are embracing something that's not so perfect is okay.
Moving a little bit away from like super modern to maybe a little bit more into antiques.
Yeah, like mixing different styles in a house is nice. You know, it can be eclectic. You can have a little bit of the beach style. You can have a little bit of shabby chic. You can throw in some really modern pieces, and it all works as it's eclectic. It makes your house more interesting when you layer in different styles.
I feel like my apartment is very eclectic.
Yeah, you have eclectic taste. You like postmodernism. You like the clean lines of the West Elm classic sofa. You like mixing different colors, everything tells a different story in your house, a little bit of everything.
Next is wallpaper, even on the ceilings.
Okay, well, I don't like to overdo the wallpaper. Wallpaper is making a comeback, and I really like it in small spaces, like in a bathroom that doesn't have a window. It tells a story, right? It's more interesting than just flat paint. Or if you're going to do it in as a backdrop with your headboard, a feature wall,
Like you did in your bedroom.
like I did in my bedroom. I like it as a feature wall. I did it in my kitchen, the striped grass cloth wallpaper, because I wanted to have it differentiate from the kitchen to the living room, even though it's so open. The wallpaper says that's the kitchen, and then the paint says, okay, you're going to the next room, even though it's related and it's so close.
Yeah, I think it's a good way for people that have an open concept floor plan like you to differentiate between the different rooms.
I do too. Yeah, I think it sets aside like one room and then the next room, but it all has to coordinate. So that's the challenge, because everything nowadays is such open floor plan. So it all has to flow, but you want to feel like you're going through different spaces.
Do you think the open concept is here to stay, or do you think we're eventually going to go back?
I think it's here to stay for quite a long time, because the huge advantage you have when you have an open floor plan is that you can be in the kitchen and you can be watching your kids do their homework or play or whatever they're doing. You can be in the kitchen and doing a lot of different things and still have an eye on them. It also is really nice to have company over where everyone can hear one another and they don't feel like they're in the kitchen and they're not moving to the living room. It's like everybody's in one big room and you can spread out and still hear everything and still be in the action. So I feel like it is here to stay for quite a while.
Okay, next is upholstered walls in materials like velvet, leather, and suede.
Well, I'll tell you one, positive thing about upholstered walls is it's a really good sound barrier. So, you'll see this in restaurants where they want a sound barrier where they don't want the sound of everyone, you're not talking over one another. But in a special room, I think it would be nice to have the upholstered walls. It is very expensive to do that. It's not just like fabric, it's like the batting and what's behind it, and it's all that kind of stuff. So if you have the budget to do it, yeah, you can make an interesting space out of it. But I haven't done anything recently.
I mean, it seems kind of funky. I don't even know. Since you do mostly coastal stuff, since you're on the coast, I feel like you're not probably gonna do stuff like that because
It would be really fun to do in a theater room.
Yeah.
You know, like a TV room or theater room that people have. That would make sense because of the sound absorption and making it aesthetically pleasing. But it's not something that I've, had to be asked to do that in Myrtle Beach.
The next trend is mixing different woods and mixing different metals. We think this is the year people are going to figure out that mixing different wood species and finishes, same with metals, is cool.
Yes, I love mixing different metals. You'll see in a lot of the new magazines, they mix the gold with the silver.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've been seeing that.
if you do a little bit of gold here and there, just touches, you could bring another metal in. Here I did these European pendant lights, and they have a little white around them. So that kind of matches my backsplash white. So I think as long as you repeat that pattern, you can mix metals and different finishes and it all goes, but you have to really be thinking about how you're going to repeat that pattern and how you're going to tie that in, because if you just throw one piece of gold into my kitchen, it's just not going to make sense. You have to have it in several different places for it to repeat, for it to make sense. But I love mixing woods with metals. It makes it more interesting. It's a different texture.
You're even doing it with your jewelry today.
Yeah, I like mixing jewelry. I like mixing silver, watch, the gold, different textures. Like how you dress is kind of how you decorate. If you're eclectic, how you're going to dress, kind of your house is going to be kind of funky and eclectic. If you're more conservative, you dress more conservative. It kind of goes hand in hand.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Boots. He likes to get in the action.
He's very needy.
Yeah, he is.
So the next trend is a trending color.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you maybe take a couple of guesses of what you think it might be.
Well, in October, emerald green was very popular. Really, really, really deep green was very popular, and purple. I really don't know what the spring is going to bring us.
I'll give you a hint. This one it's not any of the colors you mentioned, but it's kind of like in that family of emerald and dark purple. Okay, I'll just tell you.
Okay.
It's wine red.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm trying to think if I've been seeing that anywhere. I don't know if I have.
I'll probably see it a lot in April when I go to High Point. The deep red is really nice to work with. It's a beautiful color. It goes with a lot of different things. You can bring in different colors with the red. It is a very strong color, so you need to use it kind of sparingly as like an accent.
I like that color more in fashion than I think I do in my home. It's kind of like intense.
Yeah, you could have one like hat that's like, that raspberry color or red color.
Right, yeah.
Or you could have like a scarf. But because it's such a strong color, you just have to be careful of not overdoing.
So that's everything that's in for 25. Now I'll let you know some of the things that they think are going out. Hi. The first thing they think is going out of style is all white interiors.
Well, all white is very coastal. It's hard, to keep clean and everything white. I like mixing different textures with the white. Like here, we have this stripe, but we have a little bit of this warm color. So wherever you have lots of whites, I like to add a warm tone to make it make more interesting. But I love mixing all the whites together and things like that. Like I said, it's kind of a maintenance issue with keeping it white. If you have a slip cover, you can bleach it and it can be really white and you can keep it white. But but yeah, white is sort of a basic.
He's ready to plow his way through there.
Yeah, go ahead. You can plow.
Okay. Next is black kitchens. I don't know if black kitchens were ever in style.
I like black in sparse quantity. You know, black and white, you see everything in black and white. Every little, you know, every little fiber gets on black.
Every little speck of dust.
Every little speck of dust. So it's hard to keep clean. I like black in some features, like they're doing black sinks now that are really nice with black faucets. That can kind of tie into your countertop. Some black fixtures I have black around my lights. I have black, you know, your appliances are a little bit black, and like my painting there is black, so it picks up a little bit of black. It's kind of like small quantities of black go a long way, but it, you know, especially here, everyone wants white and open and airy, and they're not doing a lot of black.
Yeah. The next trend they say is going out is over curation. As a lover of minimalism and pure edited design, being bombarded with imagery of 3 curated objects in a room feels a little bit 2024. I'm challenging myself to layer up. So this person, I think, is just saying that minimalism is going out.
Okay.
I don't know if I think that that's true.
I like a certain minimalism because it feels very clean and like you...
Hey, sit down. Sit. Hello. Sit down. Sit.
I think minimalism makes your house look clean and like well designed, and you picked all your pieces out really well. Mm-hmm. However, you do have to have a little bit of layering to make it interesting. So I think, you know, I think you have to have a balance, honestly.
I think especially with apartments, minimalism is really good.
It's really important where you are from Boston because you can only fit so much in your house. You don't have a lot of storage. You don't have a garage. You don't have a basement you can store your stuff in. So you have to think about every single thing you're going to bring in that apartment.
Right.
Because usually if you bring something in, something has to leave. So that you have to be very, very cognizant of and really think about your purchase.
The next thing that they think is going out is fluted tile, which I don't even know what that is.
What is it?
Fluted tile.
Oh, fluted tile.
I'd have to look that up.
It's probably just a type of tile.
Oh. When I look it up, a lot of different things come up. Type of ceramic or stone tile that features shallow grooves or ridges on the surface. So it looks like this.
Yeah.
They think that that's going out. I don't know if that's going out.
It's just like if you have a lot of grooves in your tile, it's hard to clean.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, but what's really popular is the tile looks like wood flooring. So they're planks, and they're really durable because they're tile, but they look like wood. So a lot of people are doing that in bathrooms and other spaces.
One thing they didn't mention on this is the trend of people doing brick for their kitchen backsplashes.
I know. I've been seeing a lot of that in magazines and on HGTV. My friend did it in hers backsplash. It looks beautiful, or stone they're doing. It looks wonderful. I'm not sure about the maintenance part of it. I would worry about that, the grease and stuff. You probably have to seal it really well so that if you did get something on it or something splashed on it, you could, wipe it down. That's my only concern about that. Tile, you just wipe down. It's really easy. But when it's so porous like that, it's hard with maintenance. So I would just make sure the client knew like the pros and cons before they wanted to do tile or stone.
Well, that's everything they have on here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it.
This was so fun.
We'll have to do this again.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye.